You can tell my excitement, right? You can see it. You can see how excited I am. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm really excited. Let me stop playing with y'all. I got an epic video. And you guys know I've been teasing this fragrance for about a year. And I got it in my collection. We're gonna talk all about it. I'm talking about the House of Noya. And we're talking about Yes, I Can. So we're gonna get into this one. In my opinion, this is a spoiler for those who don't want to sit here for a 15-20 minute video. This is the best rose fragrance I've ever smelled, period. But we're gonna dive deep into this one. But before we get there, for those who just joined the channel, welcome to He Smells Like Rome. Here, I talk about niche fragrances, luxury fragrances, hard to find fragrances, and those fragrances that's gonna cause conversation. And I put a little gospel in the mix. So, if that's the type of content you're looking for, do me a favor. Like, comment, subscribe. Hit the bell icon so you get all the notifications when I shoot these videos. You know how this works. You help me out, I help you out by providing some of the most amazing fragrance content in the world. So, if you guys are ready for another epic fragrance review, sit back, relax, get some popcorn. It's about to go down. So before we get into this review, let me take one more sip in my custom-made Indianapolis Coats. I guess beer mug, but this is just juice. So, the House of Noya. Yes, we are here. We finally got this in the collection, and your boy is ready to tell you all about it. If you saw some of my shorts where I give you like a first impression, but here is the presentation. Let's look at this beauty right here. All the information on the back. It's like a dark maroon, almost like brownish color. But let's take a gander how this thing opens. I love this presentation. This is probably one of my favorites. Look at that. Do you see how that opens up? I think that is stunning. And I'm a sucker for presentation. I know a lot of people don't care about the boxes, but I keep all my beautiful like presentations, especially the ones that you can sit the fragrance in like this. So once again, the fragrance sits in this suede kind of enclosure. Everything else is kind of like it's not leather. It's like a leather covering over the cardboard, or like a faux leather. The bottle right here, it sits in just like that, snug. See how hard it is to get out. But yeah, let's take a close up of the fragrance bottle. So here we go. Look at that gorgeous presentation. I love the color of that, like red and blood orange and burgundy all kind of meshed together, and just the presentation is gorgeous. I love it. Now, the House of Noya is a fairly new fragrance house from a young gentleman that is from India and also the Middle East. I'm not sure what place. I'll put his face and name up here. This fragrance house was created in 2023 along with this actual fragrance here. Now, the reason why I was really excited about this fragrance, because 2 years ago when I went to Scent Explorer, I stumbled upon them and I had an interview with the young gentleman. I'll put the video in here somewhere, where I got to experience almost the entire line. But this fragrance right here, Yes, I Can, was the showstopper fragrance for me. One of the main reasons why, is because this fragrance was made by the master perfumer, Dominique Ropion, or Ropier, however you want to say it. And you guys know, if you don't know, he has made some of the most extraordinary fragrances in the world. One to be in particular is Portrait of a Lady by Frederic Malle. Now, you guys know Frederic Malle makes some phenomenal fragrances. They have a catalog of beautiful fragrances, but one of their best sellers is Portrait of a Lady. And knowing that he made that kind of just iconic rose, spicy, dark fragrance, I was really intrigued and also excited to see what this thing was like on paper and also skin. So if you watched the video, you saw my expression. All the hood came out of me. Every part of me, I'm like, I'm giving my man a dap. I'm being so unprofessional in a sense where my true feelings started to show, like, whoa, this is dope. And I just couldn't wait to get it. I was like, yeah, I was hoping that I can get it then. Unfortunately, the fragrance is such a hit, it's sold out. It even sold out on the website for almost a year. So once I got it in my collection, once I got it this December, I'm like, yeah, I gotta tell you guys about it. So let's stop rambling on. That's the history. Let's talk about the juice. So this fragrance itself starts off with a beautiful pink peppercorn. This is a really spicy, in-your-face pepper. Now, the pink pepper, to me, lends more than just kind of that once again, pepper spice. It has some kind of, it has like maybe an oregano or some Italian seasoning also with that like spice. But those blends of dark spices, and I mean dark spices, has a slight pinch of a sweetness in the opening. And to me, it's almost like a citrus opening with those spices in it, like maybe like a lemon, like a bright lemon. So to me, I like the opening because it's eye-opening. It's in your face. You're going to notice that. But you don't have to wait long, not long at all. You're going to definitely be introduced to a really, really earthy, really dark, even spicy rose note. Now, on the website, this fragrance says it's just rose. It doesn't say what type of rose in it, but if you go to Fragrantica, it says it has two different types of roses. You have a combination of damask rose and also Bulgarian rose. And one can be, once again, very dark and spicy, and the other can be jammy and slightly sweet. And I think that the rose in here kind of takes away from both of those. Now, you're going to get that darkness. You're going to get a very spicy rose in the opening. But maybe a good 15, maybe 20 minutes into wearing this fragrance, it starts to develop, and you're going to start to be introduced to a nice mellow sweetness. And that mellow sweetness definitely carries a little bit of that spice with it. But it changes from being dark and super earthy and spicy to spicy, sweet, and mellow, like I said. And I'm just hyped. I'm hyped. I'm trying to tell everybody and anybody that will listen about this fragrance. And that's not right now. I'm not yes, I'm telling you guys, but I'm talking about when I had this on, I'm like, yo, smell this. Smell that, yo. Smell this. What you think? Tell me the truth, what you think. And the reaction I'm getting is that, yo, that's a nice fragrance. I like that. That's spicy, bro. And not once am I getting this, yo, that's a little feminine, or that's really floral. Nah. And I'm happy to say I've given a sample away to at least 3 different people just so they can get the experience. And no one has given it back. No one said it's not my style. Every single person, and I mean every single person, has said, yo, this is a very interesting fragrance. I love this. I like this. Nah, you can't get that back. I gotta keep this. One guy didn't know what it was. He was like, yo, what's the fragrance with the Yes I Am? Because I gave him a bunch of samples. And he was like, can I just keep that one? You can have all the rest back. I just want to keep that one. So that solidified this being a banger to me. So we're going to stay here at the rose for a minute because it's very important that you guys understand this. It is very difficult to pull off a masculine smelling floral fragrance. This to me has done it. Now, Portrait of a Lady is not a masculine fragrance whatsoever. That was geared towards females, let's be honest. But the spicy darkness and that kind of contrast between, I would say, pungent and floral and then spicy, men felt comfortable wearing it because it wasn't super floral. And I got that. For me, I really enjoyed it, but it was something about it that just leaned a little bit too feminine for me. So to hear that this fragrance was created by the same master perfumer I was like, okay, let me find something elegant, something masculine, something that's leaning a little bit more on that mysterious dark side that men can be confident in wearing and be okay with wearing a floral fragrance. Myself, I really don't care that much, right? You guys kind of already know that I like floral fragrances, especially rose. I don't want it to be a super feminine fragrance, absolutely not. But if it has feminine qualities, I'm okay with that. But to develop something like this, I'm super excited for. All right, so we're in the mid of this fragrance. I would say we're about an hour and a half into wearing it. The spices in this fragrance, that pink peppercorn, that Italian kind of like spice starts to creep its way back in. But it settles with a nice dry sandalwood in my opinion. And the sandalwood, to me, it brings a little bit of this woody texture. It has a little bit more of an airy, aromatic feel to it. That freshness that I was talking about in the opening, it dissipates, but it's still present ever so much right around the mid going into the dry down. I do contribute the freshness not only to what I'm smelling in between the spices, but also the rose. And now we get to what adds to a little bit of fresh soil-like greenness, and that is the patchouli. So the patchouli lends a little bit to the sweetness, lends a little bit to the greenness, absolutely as that dark soil kind of smell, but that fresh rose and adding that stunning fresh patchouli in the base of this fragrance is what's going to make this fragrance it's just that beast, man. That I'm trying not to make this sound just like a super jock fragrance. No, it is very elegant. It is very sophisticated. It is also very present. This is a fragrance that does not want to hide. This is a fragrance that does not seem or want to be shy. It is definitely going to enter the room at least 30 seconds before you do and leave the room maybe 2 to 3 minutes after you do. And I'm all for it. I'm digging it. I love it. I wore this actually on my birthday dinner. I was suited up, dappered down, and you couldn't tell me anything. I felt like $100 million straight up. And if you are the type of person that loves rose fragrances, if you're looking for that uber masculine, spicy, dark, mysterious rose, this is the one you need to get your nose on. 10 hours easy. It's going to really project off of, well, for me, I get a good 5 to maybe 6 hours of projection, 3 to 4 heavy hours of projection. It gets a little closer to the skin around maybe that 7.5 hour. And I'm gonna go in depth into that kind of wearing a fragrance and understanding what it does in the hour time frame in another video. But once again, I'm talking about my skin, how it played on my skin, how it smelled on me, and the times that I smelled it, and the times that it went away, and the times that I just got a blast of it and it just was there for a good 2 straight hours. And I'm like, yeah, either you're gonna love this or you're gonna hate it, one of the two. For me, having that consistent of dark spice, rose, sandalwood, patchouli, just continuously going on a Ferris wheel around and around, trying to just have it shine, yo, there is nothing, and I mean nothing, like this on the market. Get your nose on it. You might be asking, for the 1.2 females that watch my channel, can you wear this? If you rock Portrait of a Lady, yes, you can rock this. If you like guidance, you're gonna like this. I definitely think the right type of woman is going to really enjoy this. The boss lady, the lady that takes charge, that knows what she wants in life. Yeah. You guys, y'all already know what it is. Go check it out. Guarantee you're not giving it up. Yeah. This is Yes I Can by House of Noya. Go check it out. All right, guys. Once again, thank you for watching my review. I truly appreciate you guys. Before we get out of here, I got another record that I want to show you guys from one of my top 5 favorite jazz vocalists, musicians, artists in the world. You guys know her. I think 4-time Grammy-winning artist. This is Esperanza Spalding. Now, this is a young, modern jazz artist that takes some of the classics kind of style, but brings her own kind of funk and R&B vibe to it. This album right here, this is called Radio Music Society. One of my favorite like albums from her, besides her, well, I'm not gonna say her debut album, but she has her second album called titled Esperanza. That one I want you guys to check out too. But if you get a chance, especially on vinyl, get this album. Like I said, beautiful vocalist, but she on that upright bass, she killing it. All right, that's enough of that. I want to say thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank you, God, for allowing me to be here with my fellow Smell Good guys. I want to send a shout out to one of my homeboys. He gave me a nickname that I'm gonna use periodically. He called me the Scent Father. I thought that was dope. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take that. The Scent Father, bro. I appreciate that. I don't want to mess up your name. If I can find the message where you sent that to me, I'm gonna post it up here because I want to give you a shout out. If I don't, I apologize. I will give you a shout out in the next video though. If you see this video, put it down there too. But I appreciate that. You guys, yeah, you're looking at the Scent Father of the fragrance game. I got sidetracked. Man, all glory goes to you, God. Everything I do, I give you glory. Nothing is possible without you. I just want to say I am very grateful for the trials and tribulations I go through because it keeps me humble. It allows me to understand certain things and put them in perspective. And I'm not sure if I ever had this conversation with you before, but I was watching some podcasts of some pastors that I really, really admire, and I take some of their advice. And it's all to do with fasting. I've been fasting for the last roughly 2 years, really seriously last year. I've been fasting for 24 hours once a month, every month. And in October, I fasted for 16 hours a day for 30 days straight. And in those moments when you fast, your body tries to attack you. Your mind tries to attack you. The way I put it is, this is when you're at your most vulnerable, where you're releasing all those toxins out of your body. You're praying and you're asking God to give you strength to get through these hard moments, because as Pastor I want to say his name. I put his face and name up here. Philip Michael, I think that's how you say his name. He says something about the fact that when you are struggling, this is when you lean on God. You lean on him for those hard times, because you can't get through it. Your flesh wants to eat. Your flesh wants to be in pleasure. And when you deny your flesh, you open yourself up to be closer to God. And I truly believe that, because, man, I tell you right now, when I was fasting, the first 3-4 months, my head was hurting, my body was aching, my stomach was hurting, like, yo, feed me, give me something. And to go 24 hours without any food and just drinking water is not fun. But I take the challenge on, and I'm going to keep going. I'm going to try to get even further, to get to 32 hours, and then try to get to 42 hours and move on and try to get it to the point. My goal is to be able to get 48 hours, 2 straight days with just water, and see how my mind clears, my body clears, and I can hear God clearer, and I can listen to his message clearer, and I can lean on him when I'm struggling, wanting that cheeseburger or those donuts. But I say all that to say this: practice fasting. Practice fasting, because our body needs it, and God tells us to. He didn't suggest it. He told us to do it. So if he's telling us to do it, we owe that to him. I think we do. I think you would agree that we owe that to him. So struggle a little bit. Suffer a little bit. You'll get through it. Because we can do all things through Christ who strengthens us. Philippians 4:13. That's my young man, my young one, Sebastian, if you don't know. That's my son's favorite Bible quote. All right, guys. That's it. Once again, I love you guys, and I always will. And until next time, like I always say, it's okay if you want to smell like your own. I'll check you guys out in the next video. God bless, in Jesus' name. Peace.